from 30 to 42, the entire 10th chapter, whatever is left over. So based on teachings of Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, we are continuing with the divine opulences of the Lord, how to perceive him in this material world. All of you can recite the prayer. Namavom Vishnu Padaya.
Vishnu Padaya.
Krishna Prestaya Bhutale.
Krishna Prestaya Bhutale.
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta.
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta.
Swamin iti namine.
Iti namine.
Namaste Saraswate Deve.
Namaste Saraswate Deve.
Gauravani Pracharine.
Gauravani Pracharine.
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
Paschatya Deshatarine.
Paschatya Deshatarine.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Shri Advaita Gadadhara. Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
So these are the starting of the verses from 30th verse. So the divine Krishna is explaining about his various opulences. So in every verse, almost 3-4 opulences have been connected. So again, all of us can recite the verse. Prahladas chasmi daityanam. Kalah kalayatamaham.
Kalayatam aham.
Mrughanam cha mrugendroham. Vainateyascha pakshinam. Prahladascha
Prahladascha daityanam.
Kalah kalayatamaham. Mrughanam cha mrugendroham. Vainateyascha pakshinam. So Krishna is saying, Prahladaschasmi Daityanam. Among Daitya demons, I am the devoted Prahlada. Kalah Kalayatamaham. Among the subduers, I am the time. Mruganam cha Mrugendroham. I am animals. I am among beasts, I am lion. Vainateyascha Pakshinam. Among the birds, I am Garuda, the feathered carrier of Vishnu. So we know how Prahlada is a great devotee even in the family of the demons. And the capacity of Garuda, how he is the carrier of the Lord, how he is capable. And we know lion, he is the king of the jungle. And time. So time will subdue everything. So in that perspective, Krishna is explaining all these principles. So there was 2 birds who were sitting on the ground, and they saw a beautiful Garuda flying high in the skies. And it was floating majestically at an incredible height. The younger bird felt waves of despair rise in his heart. So what is use of flying at all? It said to the other bird. If we fly, we should fly like the Garuda. If we can't, it is better to burn away our wings. I am not going to fly at all hereafter. The other bird said, brother, this is not the right attitude. We do have wings and we can fly. We should not yield to despair. Let us do what we can. There is beauty in that. Saying so, the older brother flew away. The younger one had not got over his dejection. And when a hunter came along and easily caught it. So, the subject point for us to understand is a saint is ever soaring into the divine and floating into the transcendental region of divine bliss. All people cannot do that. But everyone has to be endowed by God with some good qualities and some talents. So wisdom lies in utilizing them as much as you can. If you do not, you are likely to fall a prey to tamoguna and sink lower into the ocean of the cycle of birth and death. So one thing is we cannot compare with others. Everybody comes with their own baggage as per our karma, what we can achieve in the life. So one thing is taking inspiration in a positive way. Taking in a positive competition, not in a negative perspective. We can always improve our personality. We can always enhance our personality. That's what we have to learn from this perspective. Then next, Pavana Pavatamasmi. The next verse, all of you can recite. Pavana Pavatamasmi.
Pavana Pavatasmi.
Rama Shastra Vratamaham.
Rama Shastra Pratam.
Jashanam Makaraschasmi. Shrotasamasmi Jahnavi. Pavanaha Pavatamasmi.
Pavanaha Pavatam
Pavatasmi.
Rama Shastra Vratamaham.
Rama Shastra Pratam.
Jashanam Makaraschasmi. Shrotasamasmi Jahnavi. Among the purifiers, I am wind. Among the wielders of weapon, I am Lord Ramachandra. Among the fishes, I am Makara, shark. Among flowing rivers, I am Ganges. So this is what the Lord is saying. Because many things over a period of time, they become purified. So wind is the best purifier. As it takes away the unwanted things, it purifies the entire area. Then among the weapon wielders, Lord Ramachandra, who is so fast in his using his weaponry that nobody could match his fighting skills. And we know the capacity of the shark, it is the fastest and it is the cruelest capacity. And among flowing rivers, the most sacred is Ganges. That's why everybody go to take bath in the river Ganges. So next, Sarganam Adirantascha. Madhyam Chaivaham Arjuna. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Vadah Pravadatamaham. Sarganam Adirantascha. Madhyam Chaivaham Arjuna. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Vadah Pravadatamaham. So Krishna is saying, Sarganam Adirantascha, of all the creations, I am the beginning and the end. Madhyam Chaiva Cha Eva Aham Arjuna, and I am also the middle, O Arjuna. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam, I am the science of self-realization. Vadah Pravadatamaham, and I am among logicians, I am the conclusive truth. So of all the creations, I am the beginning and the end and also the middle. Adi Antah Madhyam Cha. And of all the sciences, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. So of all the sciences of self, I am the spiritual science. Vadah Pravadatamaham. And among arguments, I am the conclusive truth. So among created manifestations, the total material elements are first created by Maha Vishnu. So, and they are annihilated by Lord Shiva, and Brahma is the secondary creator. See, elemental level creation happens. Brahma assigns living entity to the respective planets. Because when the universe is created, the universe comes with the entire set of its basic elements and all. On the glance of the Lord, the entire creation happens. And Brahma also takes birth along in that creation. So in that way, Brahma is only a secondary creator. Because jivas cannot be created by Brahma, material elements cannot be created by Brahma. That's why he is only known as secondary creator. Mahavishnu is known as the primary creator. So all these created elements are different incarnations of the material qualities of the Lord. Therefore, he is the beginning, he is the middle, and he is the end. Because everything created from him and everything is maintained by him and everything at the time of annihilation merges in his body. In that way, we can say he is the beginning, he is the middle, he is the end. Then the 4 Vedas, the Vedanta Sutra, the 18 Puranas, the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So they are all representatives of Krishna because that is Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. All these are encouraging people to understand the spiritual self. Then among these types of knowledge, I am the knowledge concerning the Atma, the knowledge of Vedanta with 4 chapters. Chatur Lakshani Vidya, which defines Paramatma and his associates. The first chapter of Vedanta shows Brahman as the subject of the Vedas. The second chapter solves all contradictions between the statements of different scriptures. The third chapter deals with sadhana for attaining Brahman. And the 4th chapter describes the attainment of Brahman. This is the division of Vedanta Sutra. So in one place, Prabhupada says, I am Vada of those who debate. There are 3 things, Vada, Jalpa, and Vitanda, are famous as the 3 types of argument. When both parties desire to win by establishing their own opinion with proofs and arguments and by refuting the opponent's view with circumvention, chala, false generalization, jati, and syllogistic fault, nigrahastana, this is called as jalpa. When one party refutes the opponent's view by the above means without establishing his own opinion, it is called as vitanda. These 2 types of debates with a desire to win simply display skill in debating and bear no result. That discussion having a desire for truth is called as swada. So these are the definitions of Vadha, Jalpa, Vitanda. So in Vishnu Purana, it is given a reference. Angani Vedas Chatvaro Mimamsa Nyaya Vistaraha Dharma Shastram Puranamcha Vidyahi Etas Chaturdasha. There are 14 types of knowledge, Chaturdasha. The 4 Vedas, Angani Vedas Chatvaro Mimamsa Nyaya Vistaraha means there are 6 Angas, Vedangas, Mimamsa, Nyaya, Dharma Shastra and Puranas. They are all considered as 14 types of knowledge. The 6 Vedangas are Siksha, Chandas, Vyakarana, Nirukti, Jyotisha and Kalpa. Nyaya refers to logic such as Gautama's Nyaya. Mimamsa refers both Karma Mimamsa and Vedanta doctrine. So while discussing with Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu puts a question, he says, Prabhu kahe, kon vidya, vidya madhya sara. So he's asked of all the education, which is the most important. Raya kahe, Krishna bhakti vina vidya nahi ara. So no education without Lord Krishna's bhakti is complete in its perspective. So Ramananda Rai replied, no education without the thing is complete. So the truth which is faithful, constant, unchangeable, the truth which is reliable, dependable, the truth which is factual, accurate and honest. So these are the various pillars for the truth. So next verse, all of you can recite. Aksharanam akarosmi.
Sharanam
Akarosmi.
Dvanda samasikasya cha.
Samasikasya cha.
Aham evakshayah kalo.
Evakshayah kalo.
Dataham vishwato mukaha.
Dataham vishwato mukaha.
Aksharanam akarosmi.
Aksharanam akarosmi.
Dvanda samasikasya cha.
Bandha samasikasya cha.
Samasikasya cha.
Aham evakshayah kalo.
Aham evakshakalo.
Evakshayah kalo.
Dataham vishwato mukha.
Tataham
Ataham
vishwato
Vishwato Mukaha.
So Aksharanam of all the letters, Akarosmi, I am the letter A. Dvandva Samasikasya, among the compounds, I am the dual word. Aham Evakshaya Kalo, I am also inexhaustible time. Akshayaha Kalaha. Dataham Vishwato Mukaha, among the creators, I am Brahma, whose manifold faces turn everywhere. So of the letters, I am A. Among the compounds, I am the dual word. Among inexhaustible time, I am also, and the creators, among the creators, I am Brahma. So among all kinds of killers, time is the ultimate because time kills everything. Time is a representative of Krishna because in due course of time, there will be a great fire and everything will be annihilated. So generally, this is the perspective because you see, you purchase a new car, you don't use it for 1 year, the shelf life of the vehicle dies away, even if you don't use. So in that way, time is the killer of everything. So in that way, like even every year, every day as we progress, we are losing our body also. So there are, in grammar, there are 6 types of samasa: dvandva, bahubrihi, karmadharaya, tat purusha, dvigu, avyayi bhava. So among them, dvandva is the best because in other compounds, either the first or second part is prominent, or both words combined together give the meaning of another third object. But in dvandva samasa, both words remain prominent, such as Ramakrishna or Radha Krishna. And from Aitareya Aranyaka it says, Akaro vai sarvavak. The letter A is all letters, the Sharamsha. So next verse, Mrityu sarva haraschaham.
Mrityu
Nitya Sarva Ahascha
Udbhavasya bhavisyatam.
Bhavasya bhavishyata.
Bhavishyatam.
Kirtir Shri Vakya Narinam.
Niti Sri Vakchanarina.
Smritir Meda Dhruti Kshama.
Smutir
Smutir
Meda
Meda Dritishchama.
Mrityu sarva haraschaham.
Mrityu sarva
Nitya Sarva
haraschaham.
Haraschaham.
Udbhavasya bhavisyatam.
Bhavishyacha Bhavishyatam.
Kirti Shri Vakya Narinam.
Itir Sri
Niti Sri Vakchanarina.
Smritir Meda Dhruti Kshama.
Smitir Meda
Smutir Meda Dritishchama.
So I am the all devouring death. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. Then Udbhavasya bhavisyatam, and I am the generator of all things yet to be. Kirtir Shrir Vaksha Narina Smritir Meda Dhritikshama. Among women, I am fame, fortune, speech, memory, intelligence, faithfulness, and patience. So death is devouring every living entity at every moment, but the last stroke is called as death itself. That death is Krishna. Of the changes, the first is deliverance from the womb, and that is Krishna. The first generation is the beginning of all future activities. And after studying, one can remember the subject matter. He is gifted with good memory or smriti. So one need not read many books on different subject matters. The ability to remember a few and quote them when necessary is also another opulence of the Lord. Like in one purport propose, one lecture proposes, everyone is sure to die, for no one is excused from the hands of death, which is but a feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. When one becomes a devotee, however, he is not destined to die according to a limited duration of life. A devotee's lifetime can be extended by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, who is able to nullify the results of one's karma. So, karma is not a limitation for a devotee. So, the 7 qualities that I have mentioned. Kirti means fame because of good qualities like religiosity. Shri means wealth in the areas of dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Means dharma, artha, and kama. Also means effulgence of the body, Shri. Vak means cultured language which can express anything. Smriti is the power of remembering things which have been experienced. Meda is the power of understanding the meaning of many scriptures. Dhriti is the power to extinguish agitation when it appears. Kshama is the power to remain with unchanging heart on receiving either joy or sorrow. The qualities such as fame, beauty, sweet speech, memory, subtle thinking, and forgiveness to be found in Sita Devi, Uma, Rukmini, Draupadi, and specifically in the Vrajagopis are all vibhutis of Krishna. Among the 24 daughters of Prajapati Daksha, Kirti, Medha, Dhruti, Smriti, and Kshama are ideal women in all respects. Kirti, Medha, and Dhruti were married to Dharma, Smriti was married to Angira, and Kshama to the great sage Pulaha. Shri is the name of the daughter of great sage Prabhu, and she was born from the womb of Kyati, the daughter of Daksha. Shri Vishnu accepted her as his wife. Vak is the daughter of Brahma. According to their respective names, the 7 women are the presiding deities of the 7 qualities mentioned above. They have been included among the most blessed women. Therefore, Krishna says that they are his vibhutis. Like in one more purport, Prabhu says, the Lord is the shape of death. The Lord in the shape of death takes away everything that is created by the conditioned soul. Everything in this material world is subject to death in due course of time. Like there is a quotation from 11th canto, Uddhava Gita. Vishaya abhiniveshena na atmanam yat smaret punaha jantor vai kasyachid hetor mrutyur atyanta vrusmriti. So, when the living entity passes from present body to the next body, which is created by his own karma, he becomes absorbed in the pleasurable and painful sensations of the new body, Vishaya abhiniveshena, and completely forgets the experience of the previous one, na smaret punaha. So this total forgetfulness of one's previous material identity, which comes about for one reason or the another, is called death. Mrityor atyanta vismritihi. So this is atyanta vismritihi, means the total forgetfulness. So there was a rich merchant in Baghdad. One day he wanted to entertain his friends. He had so many servants, so he called one servant and told him to go to the market, buy a few things so that we can entertain the friends in the evening. The servant was very happy. He took some money from the master and went to the market. He was busy trying to buy a few things from the market. In the meantime, someone pushed him from the back. When that happened, the servant turned around and saw who it was. He was very afraid. It was death personified standing there. He said, I do not want to die. And he ran back to his master. The master was surprised to see him running back from the market without anything. So he said, what's the matter with you? Why are you so afraid? The servant said, please, master, excuse me. I went to the market and I was trying to buy some few things. But I was looking, somebody pushed me. And when I turned around, I was horrified to see death personified standing there in the market. Please save me. I don't want to die. The master could not understand these things. He said, all right, go to the stables. In the stables, we have few fast horses. Take one fast horse and ride to the neighboring town, which is known as Samara. Within 2 hours, you will reach Samara and you will be completely safe. The servant was very happy. That's a good idea. Master is very kind for a change. He went to the stable, took a horse and started for Samara. Within 2 hours, he would reach Samara and he was very happy to go. So when the servant left, the master thought, what is the death personified? So he went to the market to see. He looked around and saw death lurking in a corner. He called death over and death came near the master. He asked, why are you loitering here? Death said, it's my job to loiter here. I pick up a few living entities and one day I'll pick up you also. Forget about me, the master said, but tell me, why did you push my servant? Death replied, I did not push your servant, but I was surprised to see him in Baghdad because I have an appointment with him in Samara in the afternoon. Means nobody can avoid the death. Even though we may think that I am avoiding death, so we may die the next moment as it is. A similar story was earlier also narrated about Garuda in Kailasha. So this is also a similar story in what I was mentioning about Garuda's visit to Kailasha. How many of you know this story? Okay, one day Garuda was visiting Kailasha on the order of the Lord. He was waiting at the doorstep, and Vishnu went to perform, Vishnu, and like Lord went to meet Vishnu, Lord Shiva there. So when Garuda was sitting there, he saw some beautiful birds enjoying the scenery. So at the same time, Yamaraj also came there. So he was also having a glance at that birds. So Yamaraj saw that birds and he went away inside. So Garuda thought, if Yamaraj had glanced on these birds, they are about to have some danger. Let me take them away to some other remote forest and leave them there. He took the birds there and left it to some other forest, some other part of the universe, and came back here. So when actually Yamaraj was laughing. So after the talk was over, Yamaraja came back and he saw Garuda and he was saying, Garuda asked him, why did you laugh and sing at the birds? So Yamaraj said, I was laughing because I saw these two birds supposed to die in some other place of the universe. I was thinking how this is going to happen. But when I saw you, I know this is the Lord who is going to happen it, because I could guess what is going to happen. So in that way, we cannot save if it is things are destined. And we, like Hare Krishna Rake Krishna Mareke. If Krishna wants to kill, nobody can protect. But if Krishna wants to protect, nobody can kill. That's the perspective what we understood there. So next, all of you can recite Brahat Sama Tata Samnam.
Rahasyam Tatha Saman.
Rahasyam Tata Sama.
Gayatri Chandasamaham.
Gayatri
Gayatri
Chandasam.
Chandasam.
Masana Margashishoham.
Vasanam
Masana Margashishoham.
Rutunam Kusumakaraha.
Vidunam Kusumakaraha.
Brahatsama Tata Samnam.
Rahasyam Tata Samanam.
Gayatri Chandasamaham.
Gayatri
Gayatri
Chandasam.
Chandasam.
Masana Margashishoham.
Vasanam
Margashishoham.
Rutunam Kusumakaraha.
Vidunam Kusumakaraha.
So after the hymns, Brahat Sama Tata Samnam, of the hymns I am Brahat Sama, sung to the Lord Indra. Gayatri Chandasamaham, and of the poetry I am the Gayatri verse. Masana Margashirshoham, of the months I am November and December, Margashira Masa, December and November. Rutunam Kusumakaraha, among the seasons I am flower bearing spring. So because Gayatri mantra is especially meant for God realization, it represents the Supreme Lord. This mantra is meant for spiritually advanced people, and when one attains success in chanting it, he can enter into the transcendental position of the Lord. So one must first acquire the qualities of the perfectly situated person, that is the quality of goodness, according to the laws of material nature, in order to chant the Gayatri mantra. So this is very important in Vedic civilization and considered to be the sound representation of Brahman. Like Prabhupada says in one lecture, the Samaveda means realization of God by singing, by music. Dr. Patel, by music, I am also the soul of the music. Prabhupada, yes. Therefore, Hare Kirtana is Samavedas glorifying the Supreme. So when Yudhishthira Maharaj was in exile, Markandeya Rishi visited Yudhishthira Maharaj. So Yudhishthira inquired, by what practice can a Brahmana always keep himself in pure condition? Markandeya Rishi said, by chanting the Gayatri mantra 3 times daily, one becomes freed from all sinful reactions. For such a person, even inauspicious stars and planets become auspicious, and Rakshasas cannot do him any harm. However, without purity of heart, the chanting of Gayatri, carrying of Tridanda, shaving of the head, and practice of other vows and austerities are all useless. So one who is sinless at heart as well as in words and action is a real ascetic, and not simply he who performs austerities. Okay, next, all of you can recite. Dyutam Chalayatamaham Asmi.
Yum Chalayatam Asmi.
Tejas Tejashvinamaham.
Tejas Tejasvinamaham.
Jayosmi Vyavasayosmi.
Jayosmi Vyavasayosmi.
Sattvam Sattvavatamaham.
Sattvam sattvatamaham.
Yutam chalayatam
Yutam chalayata asmi.
Tejas tejasvinamaham.
Tejas tejasvinamaham.
Jayosmi vyavasayosmi.
Jayasmi vyavasayasmi.
Sattvam sattvatamaham.
Sattvam sattvatamaham.
So I am also the gambling of cheats. Yutam chalayatamaham. Tejasvinamaham. I am the splendid of the splendor. Jayosmi vyavasayosmi. I am victory. Jayaha. Vyavasayosmi. I am adventure. Sattvam sattvatamaham. I am the strength of the strong. So in one lecture, Prabhupada says, if you want to cheat Krishna, then Krishna will also cheat you. Dhyutam chalayatam asmi. Krishna has said in his Vibhuti Yoga that amongst all cheating process, I am gambling. So there is cheating process. So where from this cheating process comes? There is the cheating process in Krishna also, because he is the origin of everything. Whatever there is, even cheating process, thieving process, what is condemned in this world, that is also there is Krishna. But that is without any contamination. That is the difference. When he cheats, it becomes worshipable. So one more place. Krishna says, among all kinds of cheating business, I am gambling. So there is in gambling, it requires some expert brain. How to play gamble. So that expertness, that part of expert endeavor is Krishna. So we should not think, oh, because Krishna is gambling also, so let us engage and devote in gambling. No, Krishna is everything. Krishna is everything. But we have to select favorably, not unfavorably. So this episode comes in Mahabharata. So on the 10th day after the battle, after Bhishma was done. So after that 3 days, Dronacharya was the commander-in-chief. So many soldiers and things were getting lost. So Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Krishna, so how Dronacharya can be conquered? So Krishna said, go to Dronacharya and inform him Ashwatthama is dead. So Dronacharya had a boon that he will not die unless shocked by the death of his son. So Yudhishthira Maharaj was reluctant to tell the lie. But actually Krishna had ordered him, Ashwatthama hatah kunjaraha. Loudly you say Ashwatthama hatah, kunjaraha you say silently. So then it says like Ashwatthama hatah, he went and repeated, and kunjaraha, when the time was there was blowing of conscience. So the last 2 words were spoken almost silently. So Dronacharya had full faith in only Yudhishthira Maharaj about his integrity and truthfulness, and he was never about to lie. So Dronacharya was shocked and he sat down, and Drishtadyumna comes and chops off his head. And similarly, Duryodhana and Gandhari also. Duryodhana, see, Gandhari was an ascetic lady. She was always supposed to tapasvi, because she closed her eyes. As soon as she got to know she is going to marry our Dhritarashtra, because he was blind. She doesn't want to see the world, because that might change her consciousness. So she forced herself to become blind. So when she got to know that Duryodhana will be fighting with Bhima, so she, by her tapas shakti, whatever she had gained, she wanted to make the body of her son like Vajra Kavacha, like hard, like a thunderbolt. So she had asked her son to come next day morning naked, so that she can open her eyes and see him, so that his entire body can become strong. So next day morning, when Duryodhana was about to enter his mother's room naked, Krishna comes there and he says it is forbidden to enter in front of superiors in a naked position. At least you should cover your private part. So hearing Krishna, so Duryodhana went and took one banana leaf and covered his private part and went into the Gandhari. So as soon as Gandhari opened her eyes, she saw the body of Duryodhana. The entire body which was open, it became strong. But that part which was private part, that is the thighs part, everything and all, they became very weak. She started crying, oh, now I could not save you. So in that way, Krishna had conquered Duryodhana to be killed in that perspective. So like we cannot cheat Krishna. The next verse, Vrishninam Vasudevosmi
Srinam Vasudevasmi
Pandavanam Dhananjayaha
Dhananjayaha
Muninam api aham Vyasaha
Yam api aham Vyasaha
Kavinam Ushana Kavihi
Kavinam Shanam Kavihi
Vrishninam Vasudevosmi
Srinam Vasudevasmi
Pandavanam Dhananjayaha
Pandavanam Dhananjayaha
Muninam api aham Vyasaha
api aham Vyasaha
Kavinam Ushana Kavihi.
Kavinam Shanam Kavihi.
So among the descendants of Vishnu, I am Vasudeva. See, Vasudeva also means Balarama. Because Krishna, he himself is speaking. Among the best, I am next to me is Balarama. Also, it could be represented. And because he is also son of Vasudeva. And among Pandavas, I am Arjuna. And among the sages, I am Vyasa. Among the great thinkers, I am Ushna, Shukracharya. So among Munis or learned conversant men in knowledge, Vyasa is the greatest because he explained the Vedic knowledge in many different ways for the understanding of the common man in this age of Kali. Kavis are those who are capable of thinking thoroughly on any subject matter. So among Kavis, Ushna was extremely intelligent, far-sighting, political and spiritual in every way. Thus, Ushna is another representative of the opulence of Krishna, Shukracharya. So next verse. Dando Damayatam
No Damayatam Asmi.
Asmi
Niti Rasmi Jigitshatam
Iti Asmi Jigistata.
Asmi Jigistama
Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam
Chaivasmi Gubhyanam.
Asmi Guhyana
Jnanam Jnanavatamaham
Jnanam Jnanavatam.
Mata Aham
Dando Damayatamasmi
Dando Damayatam Asmi.
Damayata Asmi
Niti Rasmi Jigishatam
Niti Asmi
Asmi Jigistama
Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam
Monam
Asmi
Chaivasmi Guhyanam
Jnanam Jnanavatamaham.
Jnanam Jnanavatam Aham.
Anamata Aham.
So among punishment, Dandaha, I am the rod of chastisement. Niti Rasmi Jigishata, of those who seek victory, I am morality. Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyana, of the secret things, I am silence. Jnanam Jnanavatamaham, I am the wise, of the wise, I am the wisdom. So among the confidential activities of hearing, thinking and meditating, silence is most important because by silence one can make progress very quickly. So, see, generally silence means to talk only about the Lord and his devotees and not to talk anything about any other things. That is called as Mauna Vrata. So the wise man is he who can discriminate between matter and spirit, between God's superior and inferior nature. Such knowledge is Krishna himself. Then first comes hearing, then comes contemplation, then meditation, and then realization of God. So meditation is next to realization. And I am silence, meditation among hearing, deliberating, and meditating, Guhyana. It is better than hearing and deliberating because it is not separated from the final goal of realization as the other items are. These are some technical details about this silence. And this is a post in how different parts of the people eat what kinds of food. Northwest India is mostly of vegetarian category, but southern India is too much of non-vegetarian category it has become. So what is problem if you eat non-vegetarian? We all understand the after effects what one is going to get. So next verse. Yachapi sarva bhutanam
Yaschapi sarva bhutanam
Bijam tadaham Arjuna
Bijam
Tadaham Arjuna
na tadasti vina yat syad
Natadasti Vina.
Natadasti Vinayastasya
vina maya bhutam characharam.
Maya Bhutam Characharam.
Yachapi sarva bhutanam
Yaschapi sarva bhutanam
bijam tadaham Arjuna.
bijam tadaham Arjuna
Na tadasti vinayatsyan
atadasti vinayasya
maya bhutam characharam.
ya bhutam characharam.
So it says, O Arjuna, I am the generating seed. Bijam tadaham Arjuna, Echapi sarva bhutanam, of all existences, I am the seed generating. Natadasti vina yatsya maya bhutam characharam. There is no being, either chara or rachira, that can exist. Natad vina asti, except me, nothing can exist. So, next verse. Nantosti mama divyanam.
Ananto asti mama divyanam
Vibhutinam parantapa.
vibhutinam parantapa
Esha tuddeshataha prokto
yeschatudveshta prokto
vibhuter vistaro maya.
bhutir vistaro maya
Nantosti mama divyanam
ananto asti mam divyanam
vibhutinam parantapa.
dinam parantapa
Esha tuddeshataha prokto
yeschatudveshta prokto
vibhuter vistaro maya.
bhutir vistaro maya.
So Krishna is saying, Parantapa, oh one who is mighty conqueror of the enemies. Na anta asti mama divyanam. There is no end to my divine manifestations. Vibhutinam, divyanam, vibhutinam. But these are divine manifestations. Esha tuddeshataha prokto vibhuter vistaromaya. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of vibhuter vistaromaya, of my infinite opulences. Esha tuddeshataha, whatever are only simple examples of my unlimited opulences. So although the opulences and energies of the Supreme are understood in various ways, there is no limit to the opulences. Therefore, not all the opulences and energies can be explained because they are unlimited in category. Like in 11th canto Uddhava Gita, Krishna speaks this verse. Sankyanam paramanunam kalena kriyate maya na tatame vibhutinam srijito andani kotisha. So, kalena kriyate maya, over a period of time, I might count all the atoms of the universe. Sankyana paramanuna means how many sankhya I can count all the paramanus. Na tatame vibhutina, but I cannot count my vibhutis. Srijato andani kotisha, which I manifest within innumerable universes. Andani kotisha. So it is difficult to understand. The most sophisticated computer in the universe is the human brain. The human brain can store more information than all the libraries in the world. The human brain is made of 1 trillion brain cells, and each one of these is more powerful and sophisticated than most computers around today's planet.
For us, mostly stuck on our rocky little planet, the view of the universe begins with Earth. This is Earth, silicon and oxygen based, with a metallic core. The surface is the sun, mostly.
Okay, next verse. Yad yad vibhuti matsatvam
Yadyat vibhutim sattvam
Śrīmad urjitam evava
Uchitam eva
uchitam eva
attat evavagachyatvam
tatadeva gachatvam
mama tejomsa sambhavam.
Mama tejosma
sambhavam.
Yad yad vibhuti matsatvam
Yadyat
Yadyat
vibhutim
vibhutim sattvam
Śrīmad urjitam evava
uchitam eva
uchitam eva
tattat evavagachyatvam
tatadeva gachatvam
mama tejomsa sambhavam.
Mama
mama
tejo
tejo
sambhavam.
sambhavam.
So, yad yad vibhuti matsattvam Śrīmad urjitam evava. Whatever we see beautiful, glorious and mighty creations, tat tat evavagatyatvam mama teja amsha sambhavam. They are all spring from a spark of my splendor. So whatever we see beautiful, glorious and mighty creations, they are all springing but a spark of my splendor. Mama teja amsha sambhavam. So the purport Prabhupada says, all glorious and beautiful existence should be understood to be but a fragmental manifestation of Krishna's opulence, whether it be in the material or spiritual worlds. And they should be represented as Krishna's opulence. So in one lecture, Prabhupada says, some people are specifically endowed with powers by the will of the Lord. A sane person must know for certain that a living being, however powerful he may be, is neither absolute nor independent. All living beings must accept the origin of their specific power, and if they act accordingly, then simply by discharging their respective occupational duties, they can achieve the highest perfection of life, namely eternal life, complete knowledge, and inexhaustible blessings. As long as the powerful men of the world do not accept the origin of their respective powers, namely the Lord, the actions of Maya will continue to act. Like a similar verse in 11th canto, it says, Teja Shrir Kirti Raishwaryam Rish Tyaga Saubhagam Bhaga Viryam Titiksha Vijnanam Yatra Yatra Same Amshaka. So whatever power, beauty, fame, opulence, humility, renunciation, mental pleasure, fortune, strength, tolerance, or spiritual knowledge there may be is simply an expansion of my opulence. Like in one more place, Prabhupada says, a living entity especially empowered to act on behalf of the Lord is called Vibhuti. Whereas the Vishnu Tattva incarnations of the Lord, such as the Matsyavatara, are called as Vaibhava. So we have the practical experience of seeing that one person is able to do very wonderful things, whereas another person cannot do those same things and cannot even do things that require only a little common sense. Therefore, how much a devotee has been favored by the Supreme Lord can be tested by the activities the devotee has performed. So everything is manifestation or blessing by the Lord. Okay, the last verse of this chapter. Atava bahunaitena
Bhunaitena
kim jnatena tavajuna
Atena Tavajuna
vistabhyaham idam krishnam
Tapyaham Idam Krishnam
ekam shena stito jagat.
Ekam Sena Stito Jagat
Atava bahunaitena
Atava Bhunaitena
kim jnatena tavajuna
Imnatena Tavajuna
vistabhyaham idam krishnam
Istabhyaham Idam Krishnam
ekam shena stito jagat.
Ekam Sena Stito Jagat.
So Krishna is concluding, what need is there? Atava bahunaitena. So of so much I have explained unto you. Kim jnatena tavarjuna. So in detailed knowledge. Vistabhyaham idam krishnam. So with a single fragment of myself, eka amshena sito jagat. I pervade this entire universe. So as Paramatma, he is pervading this entire universe and he is supporting this entire universe as a Supreme Lord, as Lord Vishnu. So in that way, Krishna is saying, what need is there to know more about me? So worship of demigods is discouraged herein because even the greatest demigods like Brahma and Shiva are only representing a part of the opulence of the Supreme Lord. He is Samata, which means that no one is superior to him and no one is equal to him. So what is the need of information about various opulences of the Lord? So if one thoroughly studies these different descriptions of opulences and expansions of Krishna's energy, then one can understand without any doubt the position of Lord Krishna and fix his mind in the worship of Krishna without deviation. So devotional service and worship of Krishna are very clearly indicated in this chapter. From 8 to 11, that is Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. So how can one attain the highest devotional perfection of association with the Supreme Lord has been thoroughly explained in this chapter. That is the essence of this chapter. Like a similar verse in Uddhava Gita, he says, etaste kirtitah sarvaha sankshepena vibhutayaha mano vikara evaite yata vacha vidhiyate. I have briefly described to you all my spiritual opulences and also the extraordinary material features of my creation. Sankshepena. which are perceived by the mind, mano vikara evaite, and defined in different ways according to the circumstances. Yata vasha vidiyate, which can be perceived only, I have explained unto you. Krishna is saying here. So similarly, in Vishnu Purana it says, Yashya yuthayu yutamshe Vishwa Shaktir iyam stita Parabrahma Swarupasya Pranamamatam Avyayam iti. So I bow down to the eternal, changeless Supreme Lord, Parabrahma Swarupasya Pranamamatva Tam Avyayam iti, who is Avyayam, changeable, eternal, whose form is spiritual. By a millionth part of his power, the material world is manifested. So one day, it was Diwali day, on the day of Diwali. So everyone in the house were very busy. So Mother Yashoda was personally churning the butter. And she was singing the glories of Lord Krishna by composing songs of Krishna's activities. So just then Krishna got up and he heard Mother Yashoda's sweet singing. He came from behind, got hold of Mother Yashoda's neck, and he started saying, I want to drink milk. Mother Yashoda was very much happy by Krishna's beautiful face and all these things. She took him on her lap and she was breastfeeding him. So when she was feeding, at that particular moment, there was a pot of milk which was overflowing in the kitchen because all the servants were all busy because festival was there. Everybody have been assigned the task, somebody to clean the house, somebody to decorate the house, somebody to take care of the guests, and all these things were going. So Mother Yashoda had to personally go and remove that milk from the stove. So Mother Yashoda kept baby Krishna aside and she went inside the kitchen to take care of boiling milk. So Krishna was not fully satisfied of drinking the milk. He became angry. In that angry mode, he took one stone, broke that matka, butter pot, partially had eaten the butter, and he had carried away some butter inside the storeroom. And he was sitting on a pedestal and he was eating the butter, feeding something to the monkeys, and he is anxiously seeing whether mother will come to hit me or not. Because he has done an activity. So Mother Yashoda, after keeping everything in the kitchen, she came back and she saw whole area is splashed around by buttermilk, butter, everything. She could understand it was the work of Krishna. Then how to identify Krishna? Where he has gone? So Krishna left his footmark. Because he was walking with that butter and milk, they had left his foot imprints where he is. So she went inside. She was carrying a stick. She wanted to threaten Krishna. So as soon as Krishna could perceive Mother Yashoda is coming, he started running away. And Mother Yashoda is trying to chase him, and Krishna is so fast, he's a kid. Mother Yashoda is a little elderly lady. So finally, after so much endeavor, she was able to catch Krishna, and she tied him to the mortar grinding store. And she wanted to punish Krishna, and she wanted to bind him up to the mortar rope so that she will be able to do her household activity. So she bought some rope. When she was about to tie Krishna, when she's about to put the knot, it was short by 2 fingers. Dvi ungulam nunam, it says, Bhagavatam. It was only short by 2 fingers instead of 2 inch. So she bought some more rope. By Krishna's bewilderment, how much rope she ever bought, it was always short by 2 fingers. So again, Krishna is bewildering and he is showing his unlimitedness. Where you can catch me? How you can tie me? Unless I desire, you cannot tie me. So then, this is the second time when Krishna showed his unlimitedness. For whom the Lord reveals Only they can understand about the law. Whom he is obtained only by one whom he chooses. To such a person, tasyaiva atma vivrunate tanustam. He displays his complete opulences to him. So, our endeavor may be there, but it is the mercy of Guru and Krishna that we can understand about the law. So, any questions? Okay, then thank you all of you. Again, we'll meet next week. 11th chapter, we'll start with Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu, thanks Prabhu.